Do you know why the color blue is associated with autism? You know, the boy color. Well, what do you see when you picture autism? It's probably a little white boy rocking back and forth in a corner. You probably see him with some kind of item in his hand, like a toy train, and you probably think of him as generally withdrawn from social interaction. And back in 1990, when there was very little autism awareness, you probably also would have thought he was severely mentally retarded. So, I must be an autistic fairy unicorn because I am a girl with a diagnosis of autism in 1990. When the doctors saw me, they were intrigued. Not only did they see a little girl, but they also found that I had a remarkably high IQ. They proceeded to tell my parents that I was a rare case that required further study. Said study would involve a month-long stint in the hospital research lab, as I theoretically wouldn't miss my parents at all. Because, you know, kids with autism have no emotional connection to anyone. But my parents were smarter than that. They put the kibosh on it right away. No way was their autistic fairy unicorn going to be somebody's lab monkey. Overall, boys are 4 times more likely to receive a diagnosis of autism than girls. When girls are diagnosed, it's usually in their teens to early 20s. There's emerging studies as to why this is, but I'll chalk it up to 3 reasons. 1, we generally learn social skills quicker than boys. 2, we present more normal. And 3, that little white boy image. The social skills thing is interesting. Studies have shown that autistic girls tend to get incorporated to social groups quicker than boys and thus will learn social skills from said groups. If the girl doesn't pick up those skills, then people will just assume that she's shy or really anything other than autistic. Girls are expected to be both weirdly social and keeping to themselves. In short, we're supposed to be a walking conundrum. It's also hard to tell if a girl is autistic because she might not outwardly present as such. Multiple studies show that girls tend to internalize mental illness and disorders, thus making it more likely for a girl to get diagnosed as bipolar or depressed than being autistic. Disability and mental health affects everyone, from race to gender to economic status and more. We need to open up the conversation to include everyone in the discussion of autism. So let's talk about girls on the spectrum more. If we do, we'll understand autism more, and thus accept autism as a whole.